Bob, the doors are closed now, not because of the armed robbery. In fact, they had customers here an hour ago. We spoke with the owner, and he says everything, including an armed robbery, happened for a reason. Now, neighbors tell me that management is assuring them that they will get to this problem as soon as the weather clears, as soon as it stops raining. Trying to secure those lines, and if they didn't do that before the power came back on, then they were expecting some sort of an explosion. So obviously a very dangerous situation here. The county engineer actually closed this road down with signs about a half an hour to 40 minutes ago to make sure nobody goes back in that area. But this is just some of the damage. Let me take you through this old corn silo here just to show you how big it is. I can actually walk through this thing. So obviously not a light object to be tossed around so easily. Here's some more damage. This looks like the top of a chimney that was just tossed around like a rag doll. What we could see, the fire is out and crews are already hard at work tearing down what's left of this warehouse. Let me step out of the way. Crews are in there demolishing the charred insides of this warehouse. Now, talking with fire investigators, they tell me that they need help finding the suspect who started this fire. It all started from a high-speed chase, and this is where the car was abandoned. We're told it all started over drugs. In fact, let me show you just how well detectives went over this car searching for drugs, and we're told they may have found something, but we're not exactly sure. They're still saying it is under investigation. Yolanda, this has been an ongoing problem for the past month and a half or so, with obviously very little sign of getting any better. The water is at my knee right now. Neighbors are absolutely furious that they can't park in a spot that they are paying for. We talked with one neighbor who said she actually had to pay several $100s in fines because of the flooding. That tree is actually still sitting in this young lady's SUV. It's a Honda CR-V, and it completely crumbled the top like a tin can. Let me just bring you over here to show you just how wide this tree is. It's about as wide as I am, so obviously a lot of weight, and a strong wind had to rip this tree and have it fall on top of this car right here. But it still has a lane of Summit closed at this time with tree limbs. We're going to talk to the owner of this SUV, Julie. And Julie, you were actually watching this tree as it fell onto your car. Now, have you wrapped your brain around the fact that, 15 minutes later, you would have been in the driver's seat with that tree in the back seat?
A Dairy Queen is the target of robbers. The same store has been hit more than once in the last 3 years, including this morning. Fox 28's Walter Allen is live at that location tonight. Walter, the Dairy Queen's still open for business, though.
Actually, Bob, the doors are closed now, not because of the armed robbery. In fact, they had customers here an hour ago. We spoke with the owner, and he says everything, including an armed robbery, happened for a reason.
Even out of something bad, something good can happen.
His name is Jack Workman.
It's about family.
Even though it's all fun, owning his own Dairy Queen.
This is what I do best.
So is keeping a smile through the rough times. His store was robbed at gunpoint early Friday morning.
Well, like this with a gun, and said, "I'm robbing you, give me your money."
She gave him the money, and then I went over to the drive-thru and gave him the money over there.
Believe it or not, this is actually not the first time this store has been robbed. But the Workmans and the police believe that this tool will help find their bad guy.
Well, he said to me, "Where's the security camera?" And I go, "Right there." But I don't think that's really what he was asking me for.
Yeah, and he goes, "Okay."
Thankfully, no one was hurt. This is the scene back in 2008 where Jack was actually shot and rushed to the hospital.
This was where I was standing the last time I got shot.
He's hopeful the pictures will be able to point the police in the right direction.
They were glad that we got a good picture of him and that it would help probably have a good chance of maybe they'd be able to solve this one.
Because for the owner of this Dairy Queen, the only thing worse than this is the weather.
The rain's been killing me.
In Northeast Columbus, Walter Allen, Fox 28 News.
Fire that left a large Delaware County home in ashes. Fox 28's Walter Allen was at the scene as firefighters tried to battle the flames, and he talked with a neighbor who first called 911.
We got every firefighter in Delaware County here right now. I have never seen a house burn down before. I'm very surprised at how fast it burned down.
Jenny Saws lives nearby and rushed over when she heard something out of the ordinary.
That's what I initially heard. Small pops. By the time they got here, it was pretty well engulfed.
With no hydrants along Riverside Drive, firefighters had to keep bringing in tankers full of water.
So they have to get the right equipment to pull the water out of the river. That's just part of living out here. We're just fortunate we have a river.
Firefighters couldn't spend too long fighting the blaze either.
And it's hot. How hot it is.
You can see them using the shade to cool off.
It was so hot, there can't be anything left in there.
There might have been a dog inside when the fire started, but the owners were not home. Saz says this hits too close to home.
It was scary. It was very scary. It just makes you appreciate what you got.
In Delaware County, Walter Allen, Fox 28 News.
In the first 6 minutes, a major warehouse fire broke out on North 4th Street and East 6th Avenue in Wineland Park. Our Walter Allen is there live tonight. Walter, the arson investigators think this looks suspicious.
Yeah, Bob, right now this fire crew is actually tearing down. They're waiting for their relief, which is on the way currently, and they said they could have a fire truck here babysitting this warehouse all night just to make sure that no hotspots kick back up again. Now, because this building is vacant, firefighters are looking for the person who set this fire.
The whole front of the warehouse is on fire, homeboy. I don't even know what they say about it for real, for real.
Firefighters were called to a report of a fire. Quickly learned they had their hands full.
Put a second alarm on it right away.
This warehouse was fully involved. Smoke and flames could be seen for miles.
The roof came down. So our concern is that the walls would fall. So we went to ladder trucks. Just an outside defensive attack.
The fire chief tells us no gas or electricity was going to this vacant building.
Pretty sure it's suspicious, and the building's been vacant probably at least 10 years, maybe 15.
All people could do is look on as firefighters pour hundreds of gallons of water, ensuring that it doesn't spread to other buildings. When you see coffee and bottled water, firefighters are in it for the long haul. An investigation that could take days. In Wineland Park, Walter Allen, ABC 6 News.
After nearly 24 hours, it is not completely out. Some parts of the building are still smoldering. You saw it here last night as breaking news. That fire started near Wineland Park. ABC 6 reporter Walter Allen is live on the scene of that fire that just seems to never quit. Walter?
Yolanda, from what we could see, the fire is out, and crews are already hard at work tearing down what's left of this warehouse. Let me step out of the way. Crews are in there demolishing the charred insides of this warehouse. Now, talking with fire investigators, they tell me that they need help finding the suspect who started this fire.
I was sleeping. Thank God I had my windows closed.
John Hunt wasn't here for it.
Oh, no, I didn't see the gutter.
But he's out walking.
Something I don't want to see.
To see what everybody's been talking about.
If your windows wasn't closed, it would have been nothing but smoke.
Bulletin from ABC on his cell phone saying that there was a fire here, so he came home instead.
Jim Hoffman, on the other hand, had a front row seat to the inferno.
Yeah, it was kind of close. My mom said I should have moved away, but just stay where the fun is.
The fire sent flames shooting into the sky. Smoke could be seen for miles away. It is still considered very suspicious.
It's not something you see every day.
Hoffman showed me the photos he snapped.
So take pictures of it.
In fact, Columbus Fire is asking for those who have pictures or video to share them with investigators so they can hopefully determine how it started.
There were people that I'd never seen before standing out here that I don't know where they even all came from.
After arson investigators are able to learn more, demolition crews are going in to tear it down. Hoffman says it's about time.
Tear it down and build our new spots.
In Wineland Park, Walter Allen, ABC 6 News.